system call. What is meant by system call? System call is nothing but a user program can interact with the operating system. The user program can interact with the operating system with the help of a system call. The system call can be written in any high-level language, for example C, or it can be written in any assembly language programming. In a system call, this is nothing but an entry point in a kernel mode in the operating system. It is always executed in the kernel mode of the operating system. The services of the system call, it may be implemented by using a user program with the help of a application programming interface. The application programming interface it is called as a API. There are various different types of a system call. First one is a process creation and management. Second one is a memory management. Third one is a device handling. Fourth one, protection, file management, and networking. These are the various types of system call. Let us see one by one. First one is a process creation. The process creation, many number of process services are in the process creation. First one is the create, terminate, and then allocate, and then abort the kill. These are the various functions in the process creation and management. In that, once we have to create a process, as well as terminate the process, and then abort the process whether it is not used for a particular period of time, and it will be also waiting for some other event. That type of process will be aborted. Third one is killing a process, aborting a process, and then allocating a memory space to that particular process. These are the various functions in the process creation. Second one is memory management. This is a very important services in system call. Here the two different services are there. First one is allocating a memory and then deallocating a memory. Once the process can be executed, the memory space will be deallocated. Once the process will be created, the memory space will be allocated for the particular process. The process will be executed for the CPU. The CPU then we have to delete the memory space for that process. These are the memory management. Third one is the device handling. The device handling, many number of functions in the device management. The managing a hardware devices. Device management is managing the hardware devices with the help of a system call. Hardware devices is nothing but I/O devices. The I/O devices mainly used for read and write operations via the system call. The device management services are the read console, write console, and then open, close, reader, write. These are the device management services in the system call. These system call only we can implement the read and write operations with the help of hardware devices. These are device management function. And next one is IPC. IPC is nothing but inter-process communication. The inter-process communication is mainly used for sharing the messages between more than one process. This method will be applicable in a distributed system. In the distributed system, we can share the messages as well as share the resources to more than one process at a time. This is a concept of IPC. In that IPC, there are two different system calls are there. First one is a file function. Second one is a socket function. If I am going to share the messages or resources to one process to another process, you have to establish the connection between more than one processes or more than one system. If you want to connect the more than one process in that more than one system by using a socket function call. The socket function call only we can connect the more than one process at a time. Second languages. This also one of the system call in IPC. Next one is the file management. File management, all of you know about the file management system call. The file management system call, it contains the services such as creating file, opening a file, closing a file, reading, writing, deleting, appending, and then add the attributes of that particular file. These are the some of the services in that file management. According to that file management, there are different file system calls are there. First one is the open, close, read system call, write system call, append and delete. These are the 11 file system call in the file management services. Next one is the protection. Protection is nothing but a security. If you are using a access permission in that particular process, the process it may be a read or write functions, anything. We have to set the read permission, write permission, and then both the read and write permission. In some type of data,